The body, missing internal organs and weighing only 16 kilograms, was discovered on the island nation of Malta, located in the Mediterranean Sea. This place is known for its lively festivals, ancient cities, old villages, and rare landscapes. However, it is also considered one of the scariest places in the world, home to notorious criminal gangs and cults. Mysterious deaths and tragic, unexplained cases have repeatedly haunted the locals. Among them, the case in July 2016, where a body was found in a condition with no brain or internal organs, and the body was dismembered and weighed only 16 kilograms, shocked and terrified the residents of Malta. The victim was a 17-year-old German tourist named Mike. His mother, Suzanne, had been waiting at Bremen Airport, Germany, from early morning on July 22, 2016, the day when Mike, the 17-year-old travel enthusiast, was supposed to return home after exploring the island nation of Malta. Mike was excited and looking forward to meeting his mother. However, she never expected that her son would never return on any flight home. After Mike's flight landed and hours passed without seeing him, Suzanne began to worry. She quickly calmed down and thought maybe Mike had changed his schedule and taken another flight, so she continued waiting. Hours later, still no sign or contact from Mike. At that moment, a mother's instinct began to worry. She immediately called Mike, but his phone had been turned off earlier. Anxious, Susan called Mike's father to inform him of the situation. That evening, Mike's family tried to contact Mike's acquaintances in Malta to inquire about him, but all efforts were in vain. The next morning, July 23, 2016, Mike's family reported him missing to the German Federal Police. They quickly contacted the authorities in Malta to help locate the 17-year-old. Upon receiving the request, the Maltese police immediately mobilized search teams nationwide, especially in areas Mike had visited. Mike's father, along with his brother Daniel, soon arrived in Malta to monitor and assist in the search process. From here, all the details about Mike and his trip to Malta began to unravel. Mike Menson was born into a family whose parents loved to travel, so exploring new countries and destinations gradually became his passion. After graduating and landing his first job, Mike decided to travel on his own using the wages he earned without needing help from his parents. In early July 2016, Mike decided to book a flight to Malta, not only to travel as he wished, but also to have the chance to meet his girlfriend, who was studying there, and return to Germany with her for a short vacation. On July 8, 2016, Mike arrived on the island of Malta and stayed in a small hotel on the eastern side of the island. Mike enjoyed his trip with his girlfriend for about a week, exploring the beautiful regions of Malta. The story proceeded as usual until Mike made a fateful decision that led to his tragic death in the mysterious land of Malta. On July 17, 2016, Mike's girlfriend returned to Germany as planned. However, Mike seemed to have fallen in love with the island and discussed with his girlfriend about staying longer in Malta to enjoy traveling alone in the island nation. Both of them agreed with this idea. Mike, who was passionate about archaeology, wanted to personally experience the ancient catacombs system in Rabat. On the morning of July 18, 2016, Mike left the hotel at 10 a.m. to explore the area known as the Kingdom of the Dead. Mike then rented a mountain bike for the day, attached a camera to it, and began his journey. When the rental period ended, the owner of the bike had not seen Mike return as agreed and reported it to the police. At that time, the authorities were not overly concerned, assuming Mike was simply a tourist who had gotten lost while sightseeing. The situation took a darker turn when the police reported that Mike's phone calls went unanswered. On July 26, 2016, 8 days after Mike went missing, an anonymous message was sent to the police station, claiming that a body had been found under the Dingley Cliffs, the highest cliffs on the island, a popular tourist destination known for its stunning views of Malta. Upon receiving the news, the police immediately arrived at the scene and confirmed that the body found there was indeed Mike's. Mr. Ben, Mike's father, and Daniel, Mike's brother, were also present and collapsed in shock upon witnessing the gruesome sight of Mike's dismembered body, with pieces scattered around, being collected by the police. Additionally, all of Mike's personal belongings, which should have been there, such as his backpack, wallet, cell phone, and credit cards, were missing. After conducting an autopsy, the Maltese police concluded that Mike's death was the result of an accident while biking on the mountainside. They believed that Mike had lost control and fallen off the cliff. At first, this explanation seemed plausible. However, as time went on, more strange details began to surface. First, besides his passion for traveling, Mike was also very interested in filming videos and taking photos, so he always carried his recording equipment to capture moments of his trip. Yet, when investigators checked the scene, no recording devices were found. Second, when Mike's father went to the morgue, one of the staff members shared a strange detail. The autopsy revealed that there were no broken bones in Mike's body, which completely contradicted the initial claim that Mike had died from a fall, as reported by the forensic staff earlier. Despite this mysterious evidence, the Maltese authorities insisted that Mike died in an accident after falling from the cliff. Mike's father refused to give up. He visited the location where Mike died and inquired with the locals, but strangely, they remained silent, as if they knew something but couldn't speak up. Mike's father grew more convinced that his son did not die from a fall, and he believed that the police were hiding something behind Mike's death. However, despite his suspicions, there was no concrete evidence and no results came from his efforts. On August 17, 2016, Mr. Rapp, Ben and Daniel returned to Germany with Mike's body. Later, Mr. Ben sent the body to a funeral home to arrange his son's funeral. The family's heartbreak was further compounded by the fact that the day of the funeral was also Mike's 18th birthday. While preparing for Mike's funeral, the family received news from the funeral home that Mike's body was unusually light for his age, only 16 kilograms. The funeral home asked for permission to conduct a more thorough examination. The result was shocking. Most of Mike's internal organs, his heart, lungs, kidneys, small intestine, were missing. Mr. Ben was deeply shocked and angered. He contacted the Maltese authorities, demanding that they return his son's organs. However, the Maltese officials explained that the organs had disappeared before the autopsy was conducted. They claimed that the internal organs had been eaten by animals, and the brain had been decomposed by the sunlight. Eventually, the case became an international issue. German prosecutors investigated the cause of Mike's death. However, they could only offer theories such as Mike dying from a fall, a traffic accident, or potentially being a victim of crime, but it was difficult to find conclusive evidence due to the time that had passed. One of the most common theories was that Mike may have been a victim of organ trafficking, that he was kidnapped, had his organs harvested, and his body was thrown down the cliff. Despite these theories, none of these stories could be proven. Finally, on September 4, 2016, Mike's family held his funeral, even though the cause of his death remained a mystery. The family scattered Mike's ashes into the sea so that a young man passionate about traveling could roam freely, as he had always dreamed. To this day, the truth about the missing organs and Mike's death has not been uncovered.